If you've ever talked to someone about cars, or maybe if you've read the specs of a car, you've probably come across a wide range of terms: V, boxer, straight, naturally aspirated, and many more. If you don't know what they mean, then you've clicked on the right video. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll have a much better understanding of the types of engines and the terminology that goes with them. Before we get started, let's look at two important terms: forced induction and naturally aspirated. Forced induction is the process of delivering extra compressed air to the intake of an engine. This means that the engine produces more power and torque without the need for a larger engine. The two types of forced induction are turbochargers and superchargers. Turbochargers work by using the waste exhaust gases to power a turbine that gives air to the car's intake. A supercharger is similar to a turbocharger, except it uses a belt that is powered by the engine's crankshaft. A crankshaft is a shaft that is driven by the engine that gives power to other parts of the car. Superchargers are much less efficient than turbochargers because they use up the engine's power instead of using wasted gases. This makes them a very uncommon sight on the road, whereas almost all new cars are turbocharged. Naturally aspirated cars use no form of forced induction. Now, let's get on to the different types of engines. The first and most common type is the inline engine. Inline engines have their cylinders arranged in a line. A cylinder is the chamber in which a piston works. In these engines, the cylinders face upwards and are mounted perpendicular to the rest of the car. Inline engines are usually found in mainstream cars thanks to their simplicity, compactness, and lightness. This helps boost fuel economy, interior space, and keeps costs down. They are usually found with 3 or 4 cylinders. The next type of engine is the straight engine. This engine type is identical to the inline engine, apart from the way it's mounted into the car. Instead of being perpendicular to the car, straight engines are parallel. Although the engine is mounted differently to inline engines, the two terms, inline and straight, are seen as synonyms because both engines are mechanically identical and work in the same way. Straight engines are most commonly seen in BMWs. Another type of engine is the V engine. This engine has all of its cylinders arranged in a V shape. They all point outwards. V engines are used in performance cars in order to save space. Because they generally have more than 6 cylinders, performance cars would require huge engine bays in order to fit their cylinders in an inline configuration. The V engine solves this problem by arranging the cylinders in a compact way. The next type of engine is the flat engine. It's also known as the boxer engine. The cylinders are positioned flat on their sides in 2 rows. The name flat comes from the way the cylinders are positioned, and the name boxer comes from the fact that the cylinders look like they are boxing each other. Flat engines allow you to have the engine lower in the car for a lower center of gravity, as they are not very tall. They are only found in Porsches and Subarus with 4 or 6 cylinders. A very uncommon type of engine is the VR engine. This engine was developed by the VW group. It's very similar to the V engine, except there is so little distance between the cylinders that they are squeezed together on one engine block. This engine is not currently found on any cars today, but a VR engine with 6 cylinders was found on special editions of the VW Golf Mark IV and Mark V. The final type of engine is the W engine. It was also developed by the VW group to be used in its premium brands such as Bentley and Bugatti. The W engine is like 2 VR engines joined together. They are found with 8 or more cylinders. The Bugatti Veyron had a W16 engine, and models throughout the Bentley range are offered with W12 engines. Which engine type is your favourite? Comment below.